Hey everyone, welcome back. Great to see you. That sounded dumb. Hey everyone. You're lying. Can you hold it together?
Yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Will's Bills Fan. It's around the new year still, and everyone is coming up with goals for the year. And we thought we would come on here, shoot a quick video, and share ours with you. Goals to me, I kind of think about them in two different ways. One is like, okay, why can't I say that? It's the beginning of the year, and the hype is to have these resolutions or goals, but why not have goals throughout the year and just continually try to better yourself or better your life in some way? So in a sense, I kind of think of it as like, what's the point? And then on the flip side of that, for me, I think, no, this is an opportunity. It's the new year. There's fresh energy in a sense to devote yourself to a goal. So of course we should take the opportunity, even though it's a little bit gimmicky and we'll probably fail like everyone else at their goals.
Yeah.
It's still going to be worth it to attempt to better ourselves or better our life. We basically have a sort of shared goal, and then I have a big goal for myself and she has a big goal for herself.
First, before we talk about our goals, we're having a noon beer because the kids are at school and it's the weekend for you. And this is our new favorite beer, which is an IPA. And if you've been following us for a while, you know that we don't like IPAs, but we joined a beer club, which if you're curious about, you can look at the video up here at the top of the screen. But it has forced us to try a bunch of beers that we don't naturally go to, and we are starting to like IPAs a lot, and this one is our favorite.
It's fresh.
Very fresh. But okay, so goals. We have 3 that we're going to talk about in this video, and we have maybe like 30 on our shared note, but these are like kind of the top 3 that kind of incorporate a lot of other mini goals.
Yeah, so goal number 1, it's our shared goal, and it won't be a surprise to you guys, but essentially it is to move toward overall better health. That's how I'm wording that.
That's good.
And here's why I'm wording it that way. You've probably heard of SMART goals, or that goals have to be specific and measurable and attainable and realistic and time restricted. And
did you just make that up? Or is that a thing?
That's the thing.
Okay.
In the goal world.
Surprised you remembered all those, but continue.
Yeah, stuff gets lodged in there. And anyway, this goal of ours is not SMART. It's not specific or measurable or anything other than we already know what to do to get healthy, but we know that in our 12, 13 years of marriage or whatever, we've been up and down in this the whole time. Yeah. We get in shape, then we get fat. We get in shape, then we get fat. And right now, we're fat. I'm 201 pounds, and she looks great. This is my goal, okay? But we're not going to stop fighting this thing.
Yeah.
That said, we're not ready to count our calories every single day and restrict ourselves too heavily. We're having a beer right now. And really the big idea is to try to stay consistent with overall eating clean, which we know how to do and we do. I just said do. But even though we fail at these things, the goal is to go, let's get back on track and let's keep going. Let's try to be more consistent. And we have a workout schedule. So we know that if we just follow that schedule, we're going to be hitting that goal. And if we start to slack off, it's no, we missed one, but let's get back on track. Let's keep moving in the direction of overall health. And we both said today that we really don't care about what we weigh. That number on the scale is pretty much whatever. We really just care about composition. Yeah. So we care about how our clothes fit. My work pants right now, it's like, suck in, do the thing, and then, And I get sore throughout the day where my gut is like pushing out on the button or whatever, and I have to I've got to So that's where I'm at, and I don't want to be there. I want to kind of have a little bit of slack in my waistline, kind of where I have to like pick up my pants a couple times a day. That would feel better to me. I don't want to have to like pull out my shirt like this because I feel it kind of getting sucked into one of the fat rolls or whatever. These are just like things,
Well,
feelings
but
I don't want to have.
I just love your descriptions of stuff.
Well, that's what's happening, and us chubby people know what I'm talking about. But it's the double chin, it's stuff like this. It's just like, I don't care what I weigh. I just want to kind of have a light feeling.
You want to feel good.
I want to be able to just relax in my clothes, and that takes proper diet, exercise, all that stuff. We want to move in the right direction this year. That's how I'm putting it. Part of your sort of sub goal within that is to be able to do a push-up.
Yeah, I have a couple that are, I think I have 3 in there that I wrote down. One is to be able to do a push-up, which I can do a girl push-up, and I can go down on a real push-up, but I can't actually do the push-up. And there's been a couple of really cool videos on just different movements you can do daily to help you get that motion in. And so I've been doing that, and already within 2 weeks of doing it, I can do a negative push-up a lot slower than just falling straight to the ground.
That being where you slowly let yourself down. If you can't control that and you just collapse, you're nowhere near doing a push-up. But if you can slowly lower your body to the ground, you're a lot closer to being able to push it back up.
Yeah. I was shooting for like 10 real push-ups.
And I think she can do 25
He's
by the end of the year.
okay.
Because once you get a push-up, it's like, it's on. You can just stack them quick. But we're going to get her on some creatine and, just, we're going to get that goal.
Yeah, I do
So you
feel...
want to go do a push-up?
Yep. We just talked about the number not really mattering, but I do know that
It's correlated to how you're going to feel.
Yeah, so if I could lose 10 to 15 pounds, that would kind of like, I feel like reset me to where I was, the last 10 years. I've kind of been floating around that like 150, 155 mark, which was always comfortable for me. It's not like I'm in the best shape of my life, but it was comfortable. And the last year of our life, being stressed out, in transition, all these things, we definitely turned to eating our feelings and our emotions and drinking. And I think we were just like living in excess last year to an extent with our health. And now we don't have that excuse anymore. We're here, we're home, we're not waiting on a house to be built. And so I really feel a renewed sense of energy to not take that stuff out completely, but not be having it all day, every day,
That's just it. Is you get one life, and if you want to crack open a beer at noon, I think, hey, if it brings you a lot of happiness and you really enjoy it, then even though that there's a price to pay for that, if it's worth it to you, then do it. So yeah, it's a tough one, because in one aspect, if you sacrifice a bunch, you can make a lot more gains toward any goal. But is that how we want to do it? Well, not at the moment.
Yeah, and I think our big thing is if we can get to this desired physique, enjoying a new beer or whatever, living a little, we'll just feel a lot better. So we can go on and on about that. But another goal is, I have 2 more: swimming and doing laps. Like once we get the pool, I want to be out there daily if able and just do, an hour in the pool. And that was the best shape of my life, was when I was in college and I was
an hour of laps
doing, I don't know.
It's intense.
Yeah, that might be a little extreme, but I want to start swimming again, doing laps. And then the 4th one is to be able to do a pull-up. And it's essentially the same type of stuff as push-up. A lot of it is just getting those key movements down and just sucking it up and doing it for a long time until you finally get it. So I would love to do 2 full pull-ups from like a dead hang.
It's about all I can do.
Well, then maybe just 1.
Real quick, my sort of specific goals under this umbrella goal is I would love to cut 25 pounds, which is not going to happen, but I want to move in that direction. I would like to make some gains as far as weightlifting. I want to be able to lift more weight. And then, I already mentioned it, but overall body composition, just more in line with what makes me feel good. So there's our shared goal. And then The specific goal for me, I've been struggling with how to word this goal, but my goal is to discover practical ways to optimize for life experiences. What's been burning inside of me like really bad for probably the last few years, really, but it just continues to burn even more is that we get one life. It's pretty short, and the best way to use it is to experience life to the fullest. And that's going to look different for everyone. But for me, it's a lot of the typical things you think of. Really cool vacations, going to Disneyland with the kids, ski trips, going to football games or hockey games or NASCAR or concerts and family reunions. Anything and everything that would give you life and be really fun to experience. Those are what I want to fill our lives with. And I think about the kids. They're growing. Nash and Emery are 8 and 9 years old, and we only have like 3 to 5 years before they think that we're dumb and don't want to spend time with us. And then they'll be adults, and then we'll be friends and stuff. But we're losing time quickly to be able to have these really cool moments with them as children. And right now, I feel a bit locked down. Life kind of revolves around work, and when I'm allowed to have time off, then I try to squeeze in some experiences, but there's also just life upkeep, and there's really not enough time, it feels like, to have the experiences that I would really love to have. So one way that I'm looking at it is, in order to have these life experiences, you need the time and you need the money. We went to a football game when we first moved here to Vegas, and it was epic. It was the best, one of the best $2,000 things we did, which we have not done many of those. But it cost $2,000 at the end of the day to get all 4 of us to a game and really experience it with the merch and food and stuff like that. So you need the time to do that stuff. You need the money to do that stuff. And my goal is to try to discover ways to increase the amount of money and time available to us to fill our life with experiences. Does that clear it up?
Yeah.
That was, I'm still trying to work this out in my head. Like, what do I, but essentially it comes down to, I don't want to be so tied to the grind, which gets us what we have, but leaves very little time or extra money to do the things that I would love to do in life. So.
Well, and, some people out there might be like, well, that's just life. You have to have a job. Not everyone loves their job. Even if you do love your job, you still don't have excess time, unless you're really lucky. So I think for you fully understand that, and you're going to keep going to your job. You're going to keep grinding, so to speak. But there's, on this other side, there's so much opportunity for more time and more money that you are really excited about exploring.
Yeah.
Whatever that looks like. But
that's a good way to put it. Yeah, I have to keep grinding. I'm the one that brings in the majority of the funds to have our house and just live life. Can't give that up. But again, the goal is to basically, I want to discover ways to increase money and increase time available so that we can do less grinding, more experiencing really cool stuff. And I don't know what those things, I don't know how that's going to be possible yet. And the whole idea is, I would like to get a good handle on what options are out there and how to kind of start exploring some of those options.
Yeah, it's exciting.
So that's my goal.
All right, so my goal, I don't have a fancy statement like he did, but I want to grow our YouTube channel, do a second YouTube channel, and continue pursuing this podcast idea that I have. Does that sound right?
Yeah, and to me, what's behind this is, this YouTube thing is a way for us to connect with our family. That's kind of the main drive why we continue to do this.
Yeah.
Because we can't get on the phone with all of our family out there and have this conversation, but we love to share it, and we love to hear their feedback when we do get phone calls. Friends, all that stuff. Yeah, so this is a way for us to connect, but at the same time, this is a talent of Crystal's that would be really cool for her to explore and grow and see what we can do with it. And with the other channel, it's purely like just putting ourselves out there It's her having a skill and taking an opportunity to go, let's just kind of cast this wide net and see if anything catches. Podcast, to me, is purely to scratch an itch of hers. And you'll hear more about it later, but she just has this thing burning inside of her. It's like, yes, you need a creative outlet to be able to enjoy this passion you have.
That sounds...
let's well, as sick as it is,
hey,
knowing what the subject is, it is a purely enjoyment thing that even I'm looking forward to, because
yeah, I did a little backstory. I've already recorded an episode or two with my other co-host, and we're still trying to like essentially what's the word, backlog, or like stockpile a bunch of episodes before we put it out. And I've been thinking a lot about like the first one and like tearing it apart and like what went good, what went bad. And I was like, I need to get Jesse in on this, because he'll just make it a lot better. So it was already really fun and good. So anyways, I roped now 2 people that I love and enjoy into this creative outlet with me. Anyways, I'm really excited about it. I think it'll be fun. If no one listens to it, it's still a fun thing for me to do and create and produce. And yeah, we'll see what happens. And I feel like podcasts are like the new YouTube, where like everyone has a channel and you can not make the jump into that because it's so saturated,
3 million podcasts, I think.
Yeah, something crazy like that. But it's fun, and
it's just fun.
Yeah, and it's the same reason we did YouTube. It's not, well, I mean, we kind of like fell into that, but we weren't doing it to make money or to get famous or whatever. So it's...
Yeah, and I was on board with joining the podcast because it fits into my goal of having experiences.
Yeah.
And it's purely enjoyable to sit and kind of nerd out on this thing that she does, talking into the special podcast mic and, seeing it published on a podcast. I mean, that seems fun. That's an experience that I think will give me life. And so, yeah, I'm like, yeah, that fits with what we're trying to do right now. So, yeah, it's coming.
So, yeah, stay tuned for more.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Insert picture of a donkey right there.
Oh, if we haven't talked about it before, I have bad vocal fry, and I have to like really project my voice. See right there, it sounds clear, but I feel like I'm yelling.
Me.
Which, if you're trying to do a podcast, is not good to have that lazy vocal
fry. We're gonna do the straw exercises. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I did go to a therapist that helped give me some techniques on how to fix my fry. But anyways, super excited for this new adventure, creative outlets, and yeah, stay tuned for more information on that when that ball starts rolling.
Okay, so there's our goals. Hope you enjoyed hearing about them. We might fail at all 3 of them, and we don't care that much. These things are just to give us some direction in life, try to enjoy this year, applying ourselves in this way. So hit the like button if you want, leave a comment. We'd love to hear your goals or what you think about these goals or our approach. You can hit the thumbs down button too if you want. We don't care about that. But we'll see you on another one again soon.